Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arina Manasikana with student number 213042063. And here, and this is my sociolinguistic video task. And here I would like to explain about my result, about the result from our interview that I did some time ago with elementary school students. So the results I got from an interview I did some time ago with elementary school students explain that according to some of them, English is for sure 100% useful for them, and based on their opinion is English is 73% highly regarded in society, and 72% say that a person who speaks English fluently is usually well educated. And also, 30% feel emotionally attached to English. 76% feel comfortable when hearing English, and 78% for English is socially attractive. And most of them are willing to learn and use English, but not with listen to radio or watch TV programs in English. Also, they are not preferring to use English in class. However, we have Indonesian language to use. And based on my group's interview, Indonesian language is for sure 100% useful for them. And most of them said that Indonesian language is highly regarded in society, and a person who speaks the Indonesian language fluently is usually well educated. Although this language, of course, is our mother language, and most of them also answered yes for feel emotionally attached to Indonesian language, feel comfortable when hearing the Indonesian language, and Indonesian language is socially attractive for them. And the last but not least is about ethnic language. 90% of them think that ethnic language is useful, and 80% think that ethnic language is highly regarded in society, but just 48% which say that a person who speaks the ethnic language fluently is usually well educated. 50% of them also answered yes or feel emotionally attached to the ethnic language, and most of them said they are feeling comfortable when hearing the ethnic language, and they are thinking that ethnic language is socially attractive. And most of them also willing to learn and use ethnic language, but they don't prefer to listen or watch TV program and use it in the class, and for suggesting them to love and like English language, or maybe make a funny learning for them, or you can apply some way to make them feel comfortable with English. For example, the first is create a routine. Creating a routine is mandatory. Short but frequent sessions are much better than long but infrequent sessions. For very young children, 5 until 10 minute session will suffice, and dedicate a few minutes a day to English time. Parents can invite children to play in English after lunch, or read English stories before their children go to sleep. If parents have several children, parents can invite them to play games that can be played together, such as Hangman or Never Have I Ever. The second is use daily activities. There is nothing wrong with still mixing English into their daily activities. This is very useful for expanding the child's vocabulary. For example, parents can offer a snake in English. Do you want strawberries or popcorn? And parents can also give instruction in English. Can you put your toys back in the box? For older children, parents can give more complicated instructions such as can you fetch that blue shirt in the second drawer in our bedroom? The third is don't put too much pressure on the kids. Remember that children absorb foreign language more easily than adults. So don't worry, even though your child may make occasional minor mistakes. When a child makes a mistake, parents don't need to point out where the child mistake was. Just show how to use the correct language. Change are the child will realize for himself where they went wrong after hearing the correct pronunciation and grammar. Learning a language is sometimes an abstract process for children, so don't worry if they can articulate the technical or grammar aspects. Basically, parents just need to focus on making learning activities fun. And the fourth is use games. Kids really love to play games, so there is nothing wrong with using games as a means to learn English. Many games can be played to learn English, such as Simon Says, Two Truths and One Lie, Hangman, and Guessing Game. And the last is debate. Debate is a great way for kids to learn speaking and persuasion skills. Parents can start with a game, would you rather, give children the option and ask children to choose which option they prefer. For example, would you rather have a pet cat or a pet dog? After the child answer, ask the reason and try to give the opposite argument. And don't forget to always remind them that English is so important. Why is English so important? Because English is the official language of 53 countries in the world. There are many things that you can enjoy to the fullest, and you can meet people in these countries without feeling the difficulty of mastering English. English is often used in conveying information and knowledge. Those Indonesian people will have broader insight if they can speak English and regularly use it to find information. At international forums, communications are conducted in English. And with English, we can also watch TV shows in English and listen to the radio without using subtitles. Very cool. And we can travel around the world without find any difficulties. So what will you do? Let us learn English. Thank you so much for your for your beautiful eyes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.